morning on this rainy morning. Bacon, eggs, and toast. We've been so fortunate this trip. Barely any rain, 3 half days. Today might be our rainiest to date. For those of you that are new to our channel, we are Bob and Angie, and we travel North America in our Chevy 5500 and our Eagle Cap 3-slide 1165 truck camper. We just completed our time in Alaska with our dear friends Ted and Sandy, and now we're traveling through Canada. We are currently in the city of Whitehorse, camping at Caribou RV Park. So today is a bit of a dreary day. Bob and I are going to do a short scenic drive over what the gold miners used to call the Grand Canyon. And there's a suspended pedestrian bridge across the canyon. We're hoping to take that as well. We're making the best out of a gloomy day.
Yep.
We don't let that get us down.
No, almost over, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do what we can do.
The trip is almost over, but so is the
well,
rain.
Well, no, the Alaska in Canada thing is almost over, so.
Right.
I mean, we'll spend probably a couple more weeks in the lower 48, but yeah, this is almost over, so. Yeah, do what we can do.
Yep. So we've seen the Little Grand Canyon of Pennsylvania, and we've also seen the Little Grand Canyon of New York. So we'll see what the Little Grand Canyon of the Yukon looks like. Miles Canyon, Grand Canyon of the Yukon. Miles Canyon was named after an American military general, General Nelson Miles, back in 1883, but it's had many names over the years, one of which was the Grand Canyon. The name was given to the area by gold rush prospectors. It's only a 10-minute drive from the city of Whitehorse. Here there are 2 different hiking trails available. The 5-kilometer Millennium Trail, which is accessible for everyone, no matter what ability.
So this is the 15-kilometer loop right here. This whole thing.
Wow.
So Whitehorse Rabbits Fish Ladders is 7 kilometers.
That's only worth it if the salmon are running.
Mm-hmm.
But they would be swimming upstream.
No, I take that back, Dave. We're here. It's not 7 miles. I don't know. Let's look at it.
Okay. And the 15-kilometer Yukon River Loop Trail. Wow, look at the color of the water. And there's the suspension bridge. Sweet. This is pretty cool. Well, smell the timbers.
Yeah.
The Robert Lowe Suspension Bridge across the canyon was built in 1922. Hey, good looking. Get a picture?
Yeah.
During the gold rush, before the hydroelectric dam was built to provide Whitehorse with power, these waters were quite ferocious. There were very dangerous rapids in this area. During the gold rush, hundreds of boats loaded with precious supplies were lost because of the torrential waters. That's quite a steep hike right there. You can go that way, all the way up, or that way. There's a 15-mile loop hike around the canyon if you're energetic enough to do it. Beautiful. Goes into the Yukon River. Incredible. I can see why they called this, the gold miners called this the Grand Canyon. While walking through this section, Bob and I met, see some tracks, babe? Kuinton Elliott. He's traveling across Alaska and Canada on his motorcycle. You can check out his YouTube channel at Kuinton Elliott. This cozy spot was his campsite for the night. One last photo. Beautiful. And now we take a drive to the top for a different perspective of the canyon. And this is the overlook on top of Miles Road. Like flying your drone, babe. Feel like we're on top of the world, babe. We wish you safe travels, Kuinton. Hopefully we'll see you on the road again someday. Off-roading. Took us to a dead end. Bob had to turn around.
It was supposed to come out, as you can see.
To the road, but nope. You can go to the road by foot, but not by vehicle. Kayaking over there. Nice. Possibly swimming too. Try out We're gonna try out, what is it, Cork and Fork or Fork and Cork? It's a little food truck here at the Caribou Campground.
Patio.
Yeah, I was hoping to sit on the patio,
Yeah, I didn't want to.
but no. Cork and Fork, that's what it's called. Cool. So pizza's not available till 6.
Right.
So we're picking up our order and Ted and Sandy will come order later.
Yeah, unfortunately.
The owner makes the pizza, so he stops working in the office at 6 and then comes over to the food truck and makes the pizza.
Yep. So we have to wait.
And the products inside are all made by Sandra, the owner, which are great. I mean, the jellies, the jams,
Salsa and the rice, the mixture of rice and mushrooms.
she makes all those yummy things.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Oh, we have special fries, Belgian fries. Bob's bratwurst on a plurchin. And then my special sandwich. Looks amazing. We shall see. So yeah, that's tartine. It's brie melted on top of prosciutto on sourdough bread and a salad. Belgian fries and a German bratwurst. Deutsche Bratwurst. So Daisy's looking all pretty. Bob took and washed her. There's a pressure washer, car wash here at the campground, at Caribou Campground. And of course, when you wash your vehicle, it's a sure sign it's gonna rain. But she looks pretty for the moment. We wake up to some disturbing news that could alter our travel plans again. Are they out walking?
I don't know. I didn't knock on the door. I just saw this on the wheel.
Oh, gotcha. Well, we gotta change plans again. Good morning. You were supposed to be my breakfast date this morning.
That's all right. I just had toast.
Did you?
Okay.
I hope you weren't waiting on me. It's been a great campground. Stayed an extra night. Now it's time to pull out and head towards Vancouver. We'll share the details with you shortly once we get on the road. But please, for those of you watching, remember, this is not in real time. This video was recorded July of 2024. But first, let's enjoy some scenery as we get some miles behind us while we collect our thoughts. Bear!
Morning, guys.
So there's been some devastation in Canada and Alaska last couple weeks. We are so blessed that we were able to see Denali before the fires set in, and now Jasper's on fire, Malign Lodge, where we walked the Malign Canyon, is gone. So devastating. Parts of Jasper are on fire and our hearts are broken. We had to change our plans night before last. We realized that there was a landslide on the Klondike Highway, the only way into Skagway over land. And so we were supposed to leave the next day for Skagway. It'll take at least 5 days to clean up the landslide. If even, it could even be longer than that. So
That's if the landslide stops. Right now, it's still going.
yeah.
It's still sliding, so, yeah.
So
They got a lot of rain here. And with all the wildfires that they have, it's all the vegetation's gone, so we all know it's kind of hard to keep these big tall banks and mountains down back,
yes, Skagway's landslide started with a fire first, right, babe? And then the rains.
Yep, and then the range, yeah. Yep. Yeah, but that's so sad about Jasper. My gosh. And so, and you'll see it in the video, but we went across the two bridges, and I don't even know if the bridges are still standing. They might even be burnt to the ground too.
Well, we can't speculate.
No, I know, but they were all made out of wood.
Yeah.
And if the lodge is gone, I'd be shocked if they were still there.
Yeah. So, pretty devastating. We're heartbroken. Our prayers go out to all those that are suffering. The other thing, too, is when Bob and I went to Miles Canyon, we met a young man there traveling on his motorcycle, which was really good. Kuinton is his name. And he, too, has a social media following. But we asked him how his travel plans are going, and he drove through Denali, and the 5 days he was there in Denali, he never saw Mount McKinley. It was always covered in clouds, and it rained the entire time.
And smoke when he first got there.
Oh yeah, and smoke.
But they had a fire there, so he said the fire was out, but it was still smoky, and it wasn't every day. He said, but yeah, between the smoke, the fog, and the rain, he said I never saw Mount McKinley. And how sad is that? Because we were there 3 days, and we were so blessed to see Mount McKinley every day.
Every day.
Which really is.
And we had sunshine, glorious weather. The mosquitoes didn't bother us or anything. So, and now we were at Caribou at Whitehorse, Caribou Campground. And when we first pulled in, we were inundated with mosquitoes. They didn't bother us much, but they were flying around us. And as soon as we set up camp and relaxed, there were none to be seen.
Well, the wind picked up a little bit too, which helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally had a little bit of a breeze, and then, yeah, it seemed like that helped it. There was gnats as well, not just mosquitoes.
Right. And then the strange thing is, we've been fine the 3 days we've been there, and then today we pick up to leave, and we're inundated with mosquitoes again. So,
Yes.
I found that strange.
Yeah, me too. I mean, we have been severely blessed this whole trip, because it seems like every place we left, there was issues. So it's wow. Yeah, our prayers and hearts go out to everybody suffering from all these wildfires and the rainstorms and the flooding and the landslides. I mean, the Alcan just south of where we're going, because we're going to turn off here just before Watson Lake and go on the Cassier Highway, but the Alcan is actually washed out, so they had to cut part of the mountain back and do a bypass around it because it's still a mess.
Now that was at Fort Nelson?
North of Fort Nelson.
North of Fort Nelson.
Yeah. Mile marker 164, I believe it was. Yeah, so yeah, it's it's just amazing what happens when there's really no roads to get anywhere in Alaska or even in the Yukon. There's not a lot of roads in the Yukon going through. It's it's either the Cassier or the Alcan or the highway, and I forget what the highway, the Canadian highway, the one that goes
Trans-Canadian?
Yeah, Trans-Canadian. And yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it on the western, at least in the Yukon area in British Columbia.
So we're going to continue on, make our way to Vancouver now that our plans have changed. But it's going to be great. We're going to enjoy our travels, and maybe we can still get in Hyder and Stewart.
No, not going to take a chance on that because they've had rain for the past 3 days, and again, that's a dead-end road, so I'm not sure I want to do that. But we'll do Prince George maybe for a couple of days, and Whistler Mountain. You know, we weren't planning to do Whistler Mountain, but maybe we'll do Whistler Mountain, and we'll spend maybe 3 days there. You know.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to
take the good with the bad.
Yeah, I didn't mention that to Ange and actually I forgot about it, that she wasn't in part of that whole conversation because she wasn't feeling good yesterday at all. But yeah, with it being the dead end road and all the rains that they had, I mean, it could happen to a lot of people that are in Skagway right now. They can't get out. So I really don't want to take that chance.
So we'll keep you posted on how things go. Missed our last fuel stop to Watson Lake, so Bob thinks we have enough fuel to get us there. These delicious sourdough rolls at the food truck at Caribou RV, and this pound of butter, and we're having some butter and roll. It's so fresh. As we drive down the road, as we drive down the Alaskan Highway. Yummy?
That butter's amazing.
I think it's French butter. We're going to pull off for fuel in Teslin. It has a population of 239 people. We drive past the beautiful George Johnson Museum. Before the Alaska Highway was built, way back in 1928, he brought the first car, a 1928 Chevrolet, another sticker plant, to the roadless town of Teslin. Now to search for a magnet in the Nisutlan Trading Post. The town of Teslin began as a trading post in 1903. It also has one of the largest First Nations populations in the Yukon. Sadly, I didn't find a magnet. Now we drive over the second longest spanning bridge on the Alaska Highway. Very comfortable, isn't it? Slide back and forth.
See how this is going?
Yeah. way. Ed just washed his truck. Oh, it looked worse than it is. More dust, Ted. It's a beautiful drive with the Cassiar Mountains all around us as we drive over the Yukon's Continental Divide. We wait for the pilot car to lead us through. Tonight we'll be camping at Baby Nugget Campground in historic Beaver Post, Nugget City, just a stone's throw away from Watson Lake. So we're camping at Baby Nugget today. Where is this?
Watson Lake.
We're outside of Watson Lake.
We should have took a map of this place, but he didn't have one, did he?
Yeah, and a clipboard. He didn't offer us one though. It's on this strip.
It's on this strip?
Yeah. Nice spacious sites. Private wooded. We have
So which one's more level for them?
9 and 10. Good question.
I think they're both the same, right?
Yeah.
So we can take 9, they can take 10.
Sounds good. It's a pull through, which is great. Nice.
So I guess they're not full hookup. I thought it said full hookup. When I looked.
Look at that beautiful treat from Sandy.
Thank
Brownies.
you guys.
Ice cream,
We'll have to
cookies
wait
and
a few
cream,
days for the other ones.
and Cool
We'll
Whip.
kind of spread it out a little over our long
Ready
journey
Whip.
without facilities.
Sandy's too good to us. After dessert, Ted, Sandy, and I take a walk around Nugget City to check things out.
Okay.
This area has a huge gold rush
I already took it.
history.
I already got it.
Wolf It Down Restaurant. Cool. I didn't bring any money. Oh, gee, look at these. That's incredible. That is gorgeous. Wow, that's pretty incredible. The Northern Beaver Post. Very cool. Where to put it? It's pretty full. Yeah.
There's the Yukon brewing. They have cold beer to go. Yeah, that's what's burning. See that thing?
Payphone available. There isn't much cell service here.
But you can get it here.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of Alaskan places have payphones available. Sky's beautiful tonight.
That's cute. That is so cute. Wonder what that was in
Did you happen to catch the name on that building? Pretty funny. No mooses?
Nope.
The elusive moose.
there. Like to be there.
Yeah.
Yep. Maybe we'll see one in the morning.
Wow. Cool. And people from
Lots of
the
fireweed.
beer cans and bottles.
Aw, look at that sky. Beautiful.
Let's camp it out. Look at that. There's an old church.
Yeah.
Let's go find some grass, Tori. Come on.
What a nice building.
I wonder if that was an active church at one time.
He does not say the name.
Well, the logs don't look that old,
That's a little house on the prairie.
does it? The logs.
No.
Oh, this thing. We could put her up and take a fast walk. And then we sweat.
I'm taking a shower.
So it looks like they had a fire here as well at one point.
See too many of them.
Everything's pretty charred. Even over at our site, the wood is charred. You can really see the remnants of the fire here. Look down there.
Oh yeah.
While on our walk around the campground, we met Todd. He's a young college graduate who is traveling to the Arctic Ocean in a Ford pickup with a rooftop tent. He's into meteorology. Wow, that had to be some fire. Wow. No underbrush. Couldn't have been long ago. Yeah, I'll check the milepost. Milepost has all the answers. Wow, we got hail coming down. Crazy. So we have officially entered the Cassiar from the Alcan. All right, folks, we've come to the end of another episode. Join us again next week as we travel the Cassiar Highway. And as always, thank you for watching. God bless, and have a great day.